Coming up next is going to be Gimmick by Cypher.
Setting up. Did somebody hand me the disc out of that?
Oh man, here we go.
The jack.
Sorry. This one?
Yeah, it's the jack. That might be that CD might be.
Yeah, it is kind of loud.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Turn it down. Turn it down. Alright.
Awesome music.
In total contrast to the run you just saw, this run is complete 100% intensity throughout the entire run, the whole 12 or so minutes of it. And I really wish I could give it the audio, the commentary it deserves, but there are only like 2 spots at the entire run that I can really talk at all, because it's just there's stuff going on every single screen. So I'll leave Lee and Worm to explain stuff as the game goes, but I'll just be playing. And I hope this goes well.
Yeah. Hello.
Ready? Also, a warning. Your point counter is extremely important for this run, and if the first screen doesn't goes as badly as it can go, then we'll reset. I hope not to reset more than twice max. Hopefully I don't reset at all. But resetting takes 2 seconds, so it won't waste any time.
The first screen is incredibly important.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice. All right. So the star jump is the most important thing in this entire game, and the whole trick behind it is that depending on the frame you throw it and depending on the frame that you land on it, it will go every which way. So Cypher needs to be incredibly precise with his star jumps. Now, what he was talking about the points is that if your hundreds and your tens digit of your point score, so right now it would be a 6 and a 0, if those 2 match up, the next enemy you kill will actually drop an item for you. If the number is 1, 3, 7, or 9, it will drop a fireball. If it's 2, 4, 6, 8, it will drop a bomb. And if it's 0 or 5, it'll drop a health potion.
Bombs are incredibly important.
And they're coming up in this stage prominently.
They allow you to jump on some things that you would have otherwise not be able to jump on, and they can destroy bosses.
Also, we should probably try and explain a little bit about what this game is, since a lot of the audience may not be.
Right. It's a game released in 1992 and only in Scandinavia and Japan by Sunsoft. And it's really rare. There weren't many copies released. And already I'm coming up to one of the most important tricks that I really need to concentrate on.
Nice.
Alright, I need sound. Right now. I need it right now. Oh. Okay. Oh!
Yes! For people who haven't played the game and are looking at this being like, this isn't that hard, it's hard. It's hard, trust me.
I truly believe this is the hardest NES speedrun.
I think so too, I agree.
Definitely.
And Funk Dark plays Holy Diver.
Oh, I killed him.
Which is still debating more with Maximum Carnage to be played Wednesday morning.
Oh, he's... I did not expect him to be on.
I didn't know Kirby was an enemy in this game.
Oh!
I don't... Wow, I must have just missed it. If you get there quick enough, then he's asleep and you can just push him off. I don't know why he wasn't asleep.
The developers really did not expect people to be able to get both the hidden item in the stage, which is important for unlocking the final secret area, and also to be able to get there quickly enough to get him while he's sleeping. If he's sleeping, you can just like push him right off the right side. And he's
Right. He has an alarm clock in front of him that's supposed to wake him up. That alarm clock is not just there for show, it is also an enemy. So when the alarm clock rings and then walks off the screen, it can hit you and then kill you. So this game has a lot of these cool little details, and it's greatly underappreciated. Firstly, because no one's played it since there's so few copies, and also because it came at the end of the lifetime of the NES.
For people who play this game, this room here is a giant troll. I can't get through this one alive.
Yeah, so another thing is, unlike a lot of games where ramps are more like steps, in this game the ramps are extremely slippery. So timing jumps and doing anything on the ramps is extremely difficult.
This boss is extremely hard to do properly.
Yeah. So without bombs, you can't hit the boss while he's in the water. So he's gonna have to wait for this guy to sort of just chill and come back. One more.
So another thing you might have noticed while he's playing the game is that the music sounds a little better than normal NES music, and this is because in Gimmick, the cart has its own sound chip, and it allows it to play 16-bit music on an 8-bit machine. So the Gimmick soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks on the NES library.
It's very similar to the Japanese version of Castlevania 3 in that sense, if any of you are familiar with the soundtrack differences in that game. Same thing here.
Yeah. Take a try.
That's also why Famicom cartridges and NES cartridges will not fit in each other's slots. There are literally 2 pins in the Famicom that are direct audio wire to speaker, just so the cartridge can do whatever it wants audio-wise and pump it out to the sound on the TV.
Coming up as a hard boss.
Oh my god, here we go.
I hope I get this.
I hope you get it too.
It's not over. I got it!
So he really didn't want to fall in the pit there, because if he did, if he falls in the pit before he gets the item, then he's kind of screwed. If he does it after he gets the item, then he's not screwed, but it will take some extra time to climb it back up.
Right, so normally you're supposed to jump on all those platforms, and as you saw, he throws the star, it jumps on the star instead of one of the platforms, and since the platforms scroll off the screen, he can, if he keeps one of the platforms still on the screen, if he goes back onto that platform, the other platforms regenerate and he can do the trick.
You're not meant to be able to get that item without falling down, I think.
Yeah, once you get the item, you're supposed to go into the pit.
Cypher actually found that strat himself, so congrats to him.
When it's convenient, can we explain the plot of Gimmick? I think it's really charming.
Sure. So, in the opening sequence, you see a little girl opening up a birthday present, I believe, and she gets the green-colored gimmick as you see on the screen right now, and she puts it on the top of her wardrobe while the rest of her toys are stuck in a box. And so the rest of her toys don't like this and kidnap her into the realm that Gimmick is now in.
This step here is intentional, by the way. They'll put him back at the start of that area so he can just backtrack without actually having to go back through it.
It's a little faster than the optimal way of getting back there for console, which is extremely hard.
He gained points for getting items.
Yeah, he gains points for getting items, and you have to wait for those points to count up. So the plot of this game now is that Gimmick is in this toy world attempting to free the girl.
This boss is not supposed to be
This
done.
boss is so ridiculous.
That was a really good boss.
And in the opening cutscene, all of those enemies that you're going to see in the game are seen in the toy chest. Most of them, the bosses that you'll see.
I wanted to get a bomb drop from that white guy, but it's a really difficult, precise, like multi-step maneuver thing to do it. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
And so this is also the This is the good ending
Oh, I
run.
got this. Hell yes.
So there's 2 endings to the game. One ending is the bad ending where you don't get all the items, and then if you get all the items, then you get the best ending. So
Yeah, he's been going out of his way to collect all these hidden items so he can get the next stage after this.
right, the hidden items, you'll know if you're in the hidden item screen, as you can hear now. This is the secret item music.
That was one of them.
I really hope I get this. That wasted a lot of time. Oh well. You're supposed to that star's supposed to take you all the way to the pink potion on this little pedestal. And now I gotta wait for this platform cycle. This is a strat to make the guy dive at you immediately, having this start bouncing back and forth on the previous screen, which I found myself as well.
Just a note on the previous one, it looks like you could do a star jump onto that platform, but there's an invisible wall there, so you do have to defeat the boss. Yeah, you can't just jump onto the platform and then up the tube.
Is this the final boss?
No, it's not. It would be the final boss if I was doing that ending. That was a pretty good fight for having no bombs at all.
So that was the final normal stage. Now we're going to the special stage for the best ending.
Yeah, we get a little cutscene here. It's like the only cutscene in the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, those birds, they don't hurt you, but Gimmick can kill the birds, so
He's not a very nice toy.
no.
You get this tube to start running at you like this. He wants to hurt you. You get him to start doing that by killing a birdie next to him.
And if you notice, the whole time he was on the guy, he was racking up points as well.
That doesn't matter at this stage, but it is a cool thing.
Yes, it's very nice.
Alright. People who are familiar with this game, they think that, you know, the final level is kind of like this scenic cool thing. That is kind of straightforward, but it has its share of, like, difficult tricks. That was one of them. And coming up is another one. Oh, I got the full version, hell yeah. That's really difficult to get all the way to the end there.
The final boss is kind of random and kind of hard.
Also, it doesn't really fit into the rest of the game.
Alright. Don't call time yet. Time is gonna call when the screen transitions. Now.
11:44.
And so there is the girl that you just saved, and a heartwarming ending.
I'm really happy with that time. I wish I didn't have that death to the stage 2 boss, and I really think I got robbed there because I was probably like 1 second from getting the sleep
clock,
thing.
Yeah.
But really happy with that run otherwise.
And they escaped from the
Hope you all
castle.
enjoyed.
Too bad for
Can leave
the
this
Hilda,
running
she has
for
no
now.
more toys.
Yes.
Oh wow. World record is 10:50 something in SRO time by popular. So I was better than
Well, that's your PB.
I think I've done a better run while practicing, but that was a good run.
By the way, there were 35,000 people watching you do that.
Wow. That was fantastic. Yeah.
Moving right along in our Sunsoft block, next game is Gremlins 2.
Oh, sorry.
Back in 30 seconds.